Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater, and this is a video that is definitely me realizing that I've been wrong. I've been wrong on a few assumptions that I've made and a few actions that I've taken, and I wanted to just kind of issue a formal apology. I made some criticisms against some people and some Star Wars fans in regards to the situation involving the current state of Lucasfilm, what's going on. And I just want to address that and apologize for being bullheaded and stubborn, period. It is a deep personal flaw of mine that, when left unchecked, can rear its ugly head in ways that leaves me questioning how things happen the way that they did. So, first I want to say to Ethan Van Sciver, I apologize. I took down the Star Wars video where I called you out directly. I took that down last night after we talked, period. I was wrong. I should have paid closer attention to your content and your intentions. So for that, I'm sorry. And also to Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, we talked about this last night, but I do like you quite a bit. I just get a little bit frustrated in regards to how I see things being done. Because, as I said, I've been in this game for a while, and sometimes it's really hard to see the forest through the trees. So I don't look at things from other people's perspectives or take sometimes their things into account, which is, again, a personal flaw on my end, and one that I am sorry for. To Star Wars fans out there that didn't like the video that I made directed at the haters, it's not that I think every single person who's critical of Star Wars is a bad person, toxic, misogynistic, bigoted, none of those things. I don't think that at all. For me, the way I approach things is like, what would be a way to benefit the situation? When you're fighting a culture war, what are the better ways to kind of argue back against it? And I have different approaches to it. The problem with it is that when I come across, I can come across as very egotistical or like a stubborn asshole. And truth of the matter is I'm 100% an asshole in that regard. It's cost me personal friendships in the past. And it's taken a long time in those regards to like realize the errors that I've made. I'm not trying to, issue this as anything more than just more of a mea culpa to anyone out there who I've pissed off in that regard. I do want Star Wars to be great. I want Star Wars to be telling good stories with good characters. I want there to be, I don't want it to be politicized. I don't want it to be used in the way that it's being used. I don't want, people like Kathleen Kennedy to sit idly by while the media attacks the fans and them say nothing about it. I ultimately understand that, a lot of the time they can't say anything. They can't get involved. I don't know their personal feelings, but you would figure that because of who they generally tend to align themselves with, and some of the choice comments made by people like JJ and people like Ryan Johnson and whatnot, that you can see their views kind of line up like that, which is not the right way to bat it. You don't want to attack the fandom. And I think my frustration is more just in like wanting to find a way to get us back to this point where Star Wars is just fun. It's I think, and that's again my own problem here, my own personal situation. Is that you spend so much time kind of bathed in negativity surrounding something that you love. It becomes easier and easier to get, I guess, jaded and cynical, which happens to me very frequently. And a lot of that has to do personally with just kind of like how I am, my own mentality, which is something that I am trying to work on. Actually, I am trying to not allow myself to kind of go unchecked for so long and to not get stubborn and not listen. There's a lot of valid criticism made against me. 100% agree with that. I can't fight back against that. I can't argue back against that. I can just listen and then go, yeah, you guys are right. I've been a dick. So that's basically where we are. I love what I do. I love my career. It's a very isolating world from time to time because I spend pretty much, the vast majority of my day in an office, reading comments and thinking of things to cover. And again, it's this weird world where if you allow yourself to kind of keep going down there, you can get lost. And that's kind of where I found myself recently. Even with the main channel, I have frustrations with covering certain content over there that I've kind of stepped away from. And that's why I created $3 Theater, was a way to geek out over stuff. And I was never anticipating it to turn into something political. I wasn't prepared for it to turn into something political. And I think battling my own beliefs in regards to the current state of the culture war and the current state of affairs in regards to Star Wars, it becomes a difficult line to walk, because I do view myself as a centrist. I view myself as a person who tries to see things from both sides. But when that fails, which clearly it did here, I have trouble, like, seeing past my own stubbornness. Like, why aren't these people thinking like me, sort of thing. And instead of taking the time to try to reformulate my argument, or to present it maybe in a better way, I become a dick. And, that's just the truth of the matter. That's my own personal flaw. I'm an asshole in that regard. That's 100% legitimate. The truth of the matter is, I do love movies. I love entertainment. I love the industry. I love not only the creative side of it, but the business side of it. It's been my lifelong passion. I take what I do very seriously. And sometimes that can get me in trouble. And also there's a large part of it that, again, it's like this kind of isolating thing. So I've, working to take steps to fix that. This, of course, is one of the steps to admit that I'm wrong, that I've been a jerk, and I apologize. I also was able finally to connect up with a therapist, and I start therapy in a few weeks. This is just for me to get that out there, that, like, this is where I'm coming from. It doesn't make it right. Doesn't make what I said or my actions correct in any way. I want us all to talk about movies. I want us all to have fun. I want to go to the theater, and I don't want to be, hit with political agenda after political agenda after political agenda. I mean, we went through this with Ghostbusters. I don't want to do this with Star Wars. Sadly, it's going down that path. And I think there were like clear people with Ghostbusters that, like, you could kind of, you could target, but here it feels a bit more covert in the attempt, and that might be where things are with me right now. So I just wanted to put this out there. This is just, me, being me. And unfortunately, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. So there's that. I will continue talking about Star Wars. I will continue talking about these things. I'm still going to be very much more central minded on it. I'm just going to, take a little extra time and really pay attention to what other people are saying, and like listen to what other people are saying, and then very much try. That's a goal of mine, to try to, like, understand it and take the time with it, because, puffing up my chest and getting stubborn about something, at the end of the day doesn't win you any friends. At the end of the day doesn't win you anything. I'm not trying, again, that sounds really bad. I'm not trying to, like, win friends or win influence or whatever. I just want to come over here and geek out and have fun. And as a result, I kind of let it slip away. So there's that. Feel free, leave your comments, positive, negative, call me whatever you want. That's fine. I just wanted to issue an apology. Look, concerns over Star Wars is absolutely valid. I do not disagree with that whatsoever. I want there to be a way to move forward. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's going to be an all-out boycott, but I also don't think it's going to be an all-out embracing of it. It's got to be somewhere in the middle, but I understand people are going to do what they're going to do, and I need to be more open to understanding things from people's perspectives, which is something I do try to do, but I think in this case, I might have let some fanboyism get in the way. I might have let my own ego get in the way, and that, again, is my fault, and I do apologize for that. So again, leave your comments if you would like. I look forward to reading them, and I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and I don't know. There's really nothing else to say here. Just, I guess, we all love Star Wars, and may the Force be with us.